I'm Elizabeth MacDonald. I'm an educator in the Boston Public Schools. I've been a classroom teacher and an instructional coach. And I'm here today with the co-author of The Mindful Teacher, Dennis Shirley.
The Mindful Teacher is a project that Liz MacDonald and I began 10 years ago in the Boston Public Schools when we were noticing that a number of our top mid-career teachers were thinking of exiting from the profession.
When I first met Dennis, I was in my 10th year of teaching and I was feeling extremely burnt out from all the pressure of testing, pacing calendars, and the emotional demands of my students.
So we decided to put together a seminar of teachers with an open agenda where teachers could explore their current challenges in the classroom, support both the emotional and the intellectual aspects of their work, and we would do scholarship together. So we came out with a book entitled The Mindful Teacher in 2009, and in that book we contrast what we describe as alienated teaching with mindful teaching.
As an educator, I saw other educators like myself feeling like they needed more, including the scholarship that Dennis mentioned. I also knew that there were plenty of opportunities for teachers to vent or complain about what was happening in school, but we all knew that that wouldn't make a difference. So we allowed our Mindful Teacher seminars to be a place for productive solutions.
So in the seminars, we experimented with a number of different formats for discussing problems of practice, for reading up on scholarly research, occasionally having spirited disagreements with each other about what the research said or how relevant it was for urban educators in the United States.
The teachers, I think, thought one of the coolest things about our seminars is that they were truly treated as professionals. They were given an opportunity to openly discuss issues both in their classrooms and in their schools. And one thing they often mentioned that they appreciated was the time to stop and reflect on what was happening.
So because teachers are under so many different pressures, we began introducing formal guided meditations, very brief ones, simply to help the teachers to calm the bodies and focus their minds. And as we did this, we also gave teachers opportunities to write about and to share with their colleagues the themes that came to mind when they were meditating, the psychological intrusions. And we used those as points of departure for further inquiry and discussion with one another.
While we were running the seminars, I was a classroom teacher. And since then, I've left the classroom to be an instructional coach at a number of Boston public schools. And during my time as a coach, working in a multitude of schools, what I noticed was that it's not just teachers that have a lot of pressures, it's also leaders.
So in our new book, in the second edition, we have a chapter on mindful school leadership to help those leaders who are under just as many pressures, if not more, as classroom teachers, to refine their judgments about what's going on in their buildings and to help one another.
One thing that is really clear in my work in the schools is that the leader makes a big difference. So we wanted to highlight several schools where leadership has impacted the entire school.
We also have a new chapter on mindful teaching with technology, since technology is such an ubiquitous part of our lives now, and we're concerned about some trends in schools simply to use technology as a stopgap measure, and we want to make sure that it's always used for genuine learning purposes.
We hope that teachers and/or leaders find some solace in reading this book, knowing that they're not alone in this endeavor in educating all children.
So we have a website, www.mindfulteacher.com, which is open to anyone to get ideas. There are some guided meditation practices on the website, and we try to inform you about recent research on mindful teaching. We also have an open discussion section where we pose questions, and teachers from any jurisdiction, anywhere in the world, can respond and assist one another.